Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get straight to what you need to know. Today, we're jumping into the really red-hot competition happening with generative AI chatbots. For the last couple of years, ChatGPT has basically been the name everyone thinks of with large language models, the leader, hands down. But honestly, what we found looking at all this horses is, well, there's a real fight going on, a battle over which model is genuinely the best, or maybe more importantly, the most useful for you.
Exactly. And that brings us right to the main challenger we're focusing on today, Venice.ai. So our mission here is to really dig past the headlines. We want to unpack the key differences, the trade-offs between these two, giants. We're looking at how they're designed, their features, the control you get, and maybe the hidden costs of picking one over the other.
Okay, let's get into it then. First glance, you look at screenshots, they seem almost identical, right? Both have that clean look menu on the left with your saved chats. Both can do voice mode. But the moment you look just a little deeper, their whole idea of what an AI should be just splits off dramatically. So what's the sort of core architectural thing listeners really need to grasp here?
Well, it's fascinating, actually, the strategy difference. ChatGPT basically it runs on a single unified model architecture. It's built to be this brilliant generalist, really consistent, trained on absolutely massive data sets, very centralized. It tries to be good at pretty much everything.
Okay, so if ChatGPT is the jack of all trades, what's Venice AI doing that's so different?
Venice.ai seems to trade that generalization for more precision. Looking at their documentation, it seems Venice is really designed around giving you a lot of customization. You can actually pick from different specialized AI models. So maybe one engine tuned just for complex coding, another specifically for making images, and say another just for really accurate web searches.
Hang on, if Venice is leaning on these specialized engines, does that maybe mean its general chat ability might not be quite as strong or consistent as ChatGPT's all-in-one model? It feels like a potentially big trade-off.
It could be, yeah. But the flip side is you get potentially higher precision in those specific areas when you really need it. And that specialization, well, that's likely tied into their pricing and their pro subscription. Speaking of which, both give you a taste for free, limited access, but getting the full power, that's a subscription play on both sides.
Right. Which brings us to the price wars. ChatGPT Plus, that'll set you back $20 a month. And to be fair, that price does bundle in quite a bit. You get image generation, you get access to things like Sora, OpenAI's, really impressive text-to-video tool.
Venice.ai, though, they're trying to undercut slightly. They come in at $18 a month for their pro plan. And that plan gets you access to those more specialized, highly capable models we mentioned. But honestly, the real decision point here probably isn't that $2 difference. It's more about what you get in terms of, let's call it digital autonomy.
Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting. Based on our sources, privacy and censorship. This seems like the big fork in the road.
Absolutely. Venice.ai is very explicit about this. They state all your communication is private, guaranteed. And crucially, the model is uncensored. Now think about professionals, maybe someone in law or medicine dealing with really sensitive non-public information in their queries. That privacy guarantee could be absolutely critical.
Yeah, and then on the other side, ChatGPT, well, it's got a bit of a reputation for its censorship, hasn't it? We've all seen those stories, right? People trying to generate some quirky fictional thing and getting a sort of safety lecture instead. And that frustration, even if it comes from good ethical intentions, it can really limit how useful it is for creative work or stuff that's, pushing the boundaries a bit.
Yeah. Exactly right. So the core choice for you, the listener, really boils down to this. Do you value the huge, established ecosystem and the bundled features of a consistent generalist like ChatGPT? Or do you demand more control, that specialized precision, and the absolute guarantee of a private, uncensored interaction that Venice.ai is offering? They're both powerful systems, no doubt. But that philosophical split, generalist consistency versus specialized autonomy, it creates two very different tools for different needs.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean for you? Maybe instead of just looking at that $2 monthly saving, think about the longer-term value of digital autonomy. Is giving up that big, familiar ecosystem worth it for the guarantee of total uncensored control over your specialized tasks and the privacy of your interactions? It really makes you question how much you value being the ultimate master of your own AI tools. Something to chew on, definitely.